Hi, I'm Miss Hall, and this is Lesson 29, Dividing Polynomials, Including Synthetic Division. So we're going to do two approaches to dividing polynomials, beginning with long division. So we have divide this quartic by this quadratic polynomial. So we begin with right polynomial division in the same format you use when dividing numbers. Include a 0 as the coefficient of x squared in the dividend. When dividing numbers, we have the division symbol. The dividend goes underneath. Okay, so after the cubic term, there should be a quadratic term, an x squared term. This polynomial has no x squared, but we need a placeholder there. So I'm going to put plus 0x squared plus 5x minus 1. Okay, so the dividend is underneath the division symbol. I'll put the divisor on the outside. X squared plus 3x plus 2. Right, and our solution is going to be the quotient. Okay, next part. At each stage, divide the term with the highest power in what is left of the dividend by the term of the divisor. Here's the highest power in the dividend by the highest power term in the divisor. So I'm going to divide them, and I'm going to show this work on the side. So 2x to the 4th divided by x squared equals 2x squared. This gives you the next term in the quotient. So the quotient is going to begin with 2x squared. Let me see if the book lines it up. Oh, they do. Let me do that. 2x squared. They line it above the quadratic term. Okay, so now in long division, my next step is going to be to take this 2x squared times the divisor, right? X squared plus 3x plus 2. And that's going to go underneath my long division symbol. So this gives me 2x to the 4th plus 6x cubed plus 4x squared. And just like long division, I'm now going to subtract. Get rid of those. I get negative 3x squared minus 4, not x squared, x cubed minus 4x squared. Bring down the next term plus 5x. And I repeat. So I'm going to divide the highest power in what is left of the dividend, that is negative 3x cubed, by the highest power of the divisor, x squared. What I get is negative 3x. So the next term in my quotient is negative 3x. Now I'll take this negative 3x and multiply it by the divisor, x squared plus 3x plus 2. To get the next polynomial I'm going to write, and then I'll subtract. So I get negative 3x cubed minus 9x squared minus 6x. And I will subtract. Negative 4x squared minus negative 9x squared is 5x squared. 5x minus negative 6x is plus 11x. Bring down that last term, negative 1. Repeat. Highest term in the dividend is 5x squared divided by x squared equals 5. This is a positive 5. Now I'll take 5 times my divisor, x squared plus 3x plus 2. And I get 5x squared plus 15x plus 10. I will subtract negative 4x minus 11. And I can't divide negative 4x by x to the second. I get a there's not enough there, so this is my remainder. My remainder is plus negative 4x minus 11 over the divisor, which is x squared plus 3x plus 2. So let me just write this answer one more time. So the answer to this polynomial division is my quotient, which is 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 plus my remainder, which is negative 4x minus 11 over x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay. Eventually, all my notes here on the side, what are colors? These notes, you can do those in your head and you won't need to show them to get credit. I'm trying to make all my thinking visible when we're doing this for the first time. Next up, synthetic division. There is a shortcut for dividing polynomials by binomials of the form x minus k. This shortcut is called synthetic division. The method is shown in the next example. Here we're dividing a cubic polynomial by a linear binomial. And this linear binomial is in the form x minus k, where k is positive 3. Okay, synthetic division is like nothing you've seen before, so it's going to look very new. What we do is we write an L. We put the k value on the outside, so this is the k value. And on the top row, we're going to write the coefficients of the dividend. The dividend coefficients are negative 1, positive 4. There's no linear term, so I'll need a 0 as a placeholder, and 9. Okay, I've set up my synthetic division. Now I'm going to perform it. Here are the steps. You drop down the first term. You copy it exactly as it is, negative 1. Then you multiply this negative 1, in our case, by k. So negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. And we go up with that value. And now we add these two terms and get positive 1. And now we multiply by k. Maybe I can show that times k. 1 times k, which is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. And then I add going down and get 3. And I take 3 times k. 3 times 3 is 9. And I add going down and I get 18. And here is my quotient in disguise. Okay, the quotient going from right to left, this is the remainder. Here is the constant term. Here is the linear term, so there should be an x, because that's the variable we're using. And here is my quadratic term, x squared. Let me write this out. The answer here is negative x squared plus x plus 3 plus the remainder of 18, and we write the remainder as 18 over the divisor, x minus k. Yes. Okay, this is the first time you've seen, not minus k, minus 3. This is the first time you've seen synthetic division, so we're going to do one more example. Example 3, we have a cubic polynomial being divided by a linear binomial, and this linear binomial has the form x minus k, where k is negative 1. The k value here is negative 1. So we'll set up negative 1 goes on the outside. The top row is the coefficients of the dividend. 3, negative 2, positive 2, negative 5. Bring the first one down. This is 3. Multiply by k. 3 times -1 is -3. Add to get -5. Multiply by k to get +5. Bring down for 7. Multiply by k to get -7. Bring down to get -12. We have our remainder, our linear term, our constant term, our linear term, our quadratic term. Let me rewrite the quotient as 3x squared minus 5x plus 7 plus -12 over x plus 1. Okay. In the try, we're dividing a cubic polynomial by a linear binomial. This binomial is of the form x minus k, where k is 1. I have 1. Now I write out the coefficients of the dividend. 3, -7, 6, 8. And I perform the same process. I bring down this first term. I get 3. I multiply 3 by the k value. 3 times 1 is 3. I add -7 plus 3 to get -4. Take -4 times the k value, get -4. 6 plus -4 is 2. 2 times the k value is 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. And now I can write my quotient. I always need to make little notes for myself that this is the remainder, this is the constant, this is the x, this is the x squared. I'll have 3x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus 10 over the divisor x minus 1. And there's my answer.